Hi, my name is Alvina. Welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't hide it. Okay. So, yes, these are my children's book now available for purchase on Amazon. I did not pay anyone to design these books for me. I wrote the stories, came up with the title. This is Firefly and the Forgotten Planet. This is my author's copy. This is Tribal Town Dream Keepers. And then this is an educational one, Wi-Fi Wonders, how the internet works. So I'm showing you this because I want you to see what's possible. So it is absolutely possible for you to have your own children's book, and I'm going to be showing you everything I did step by step. Don't forget that while you're doing this, you are building a brand. And when you want to build a brand, you have to be intentional about everything you do from the get-go. Okay, so stick with me because this channel is going to be packed with so much knowledge. I have 15 years of experience in branding, marketing, communications, digital marketing, and all that. So I'm going to be really sharing a lot more than just launching, of course, how to sell what you've launched, right? However, I'm so excited about this. I think this is my favorite, Wi-Fi Wonder. It's a Wonder series, okay? I also have Power Wonder, teaching children about electricity. And then I also have Hello Wonder, teaching children about how phones work. So if you are excited as I am, you should be. Sit back, relax. Let's get into it. And we are back. Hi everyone, my name is Alvina, and this is the part 2 of the book cover that we were working on. So if you haven't watched part 1, please go and watch part 1, because here we are just going to be designing the back of the book. It was important that I made this separately because there are a lot of elements and I didn't want to really rush it. I didn't want you to do something that would be eventually rejected. So here we're going to be working on the back of your book and just making sure that you have all the right elements in place. And if you follow everything that I do step by step, I promise you would have the back of your book ready to go. Okay, so let's just go straight into it. I don't want to waste your time. It's just that we're having so much fun, and yes, sometimes the time does pass. And yeah, my name is Alvina. Like I said, I have books already published on Amazon KDP, and I'm going to show you everything that I did to get there. I actually learned most of these things here on YouTube, but I'm trying to create this knowledge for people who didn't who can't find this information, because there's so many things that I had to figure out on my own and I didn't see the information that I was looking for. So I think this is going to be a really good one for you guys. And yeah, so let's just dive into it. If you had watched the first video, you would notice that we had already gotten to this point where we were already creating the layout. And so if you just go back and watch the first video, because this is a continuation of that video. Okay, so now you would notice that I left a space for your image. Again, this is optional. The back of my children's book don't have images on them, so this is quite optional. It's important to put the summary of the book inside and also at the back, but then again, it shouldn't be too much. It should just be like a paragraph or two and you're good. And also, you need to understand that when you're creating books for kids, fonts matter a lot, right? This was already looking too tiny for children, and that was the reason why I said no, I don't want to rush this. I want to take my time to do something that I know that will be beneficial to you and also give you the results that you're looking for. Okay, now let's just get into it. Fonts are a big deal. This should be about you or the company that you're representing, but fonts are a big deal here for kids. Okay, so the first paragraph, we would have to increase the size and just make it simpler. So we can just say Meek Clocktopus, a friendly and quirky octopus whose 8 arms help teach kids how to read a clock, with each arm pointing to a different hour. Oh, this is not happening, so I'm just going to remove this because that's not how it is. So this is okay. So this is a size 11. I would just say go for something bigger. Okay, let's just leave it at 18 because this is still going to be enlarged when printed, so 18 is fine. So duplicate this. Okay, so before you duplicate, you have to always align your text, right? So it's okay to have this text stretch because we already have an alignment we are working with here. So it's still okay to stretch it a little bit further, just so that you have more space to work with. Okay. This is okay. You can stretch it. It's okay to stretch your text. Okay. So the next thing you want to do is to adjust your alignment. So you can have it centered. I would say don't do that. Align to the right. Don't do that. Make it centered this way. Okay. Adjust it in such a way that it's kind of like there's no spill at the edges, right? So once you've done this, again, make it bold. Kids like fun, and if you're going to use your picture, please make sure you put your picture yourself here. You don't want to do that on KDP. It can be a bit messy and stressful. So putting your picture here. If there was an image you wanted to use, just go ahead and pop it up here. I think I should just use an image now, just so that it's clear what that space is for. Yeah, so this should be your picture. Again, make sure you're inside this box because we already have an outer alignment here. Don't forget, this is the reason we did this was to give us some sort of guide as to what we should work with. So make sure that your image is once you're within this circle, you're good. Okay, so now we have this. We're gonna go straight. So we've talked about the book, and now we're going to talk about, so your image can be here, your image can be here. Really, it's the back of your book, it's your choice. The popular one is that the image is here, but this is a book for kids, so you can play around with it. Okay, again, you can also choose not to have an image because mine didn't even have an image, right? Okay, let's move fast. So the next thing would be to duplicate this, to now have a section where you talk about yourself or where you talk about the company. I would always say build for global expansion, right? I know that as creatives there's a tendency to want to make it all about you, but it's always good when you put your book as though it's probably coming from an organization. People tend to respect that more if they're having interactions with you. They don't feel like they're talking to a person, they feel like they're talking to an organization. You've not left things to their imagination, wondering, okay, how many people are working with this company? How big is this company? And that makes it easier for you to negotiate from a place of power and strength. So I would say my advice would be use a company, but if you haven't gotten to that level, it's fine. Let's just go ahead and talk about you. Okay, so this page should be about you. So I'm going to talk about the company or you. So I'm just going to use Tunesberg. Okay, so of course I would have put this through ChatGPT and worked with ChatGPT to get my descriptions. So, but your choice again if you want to do it this way. So what I did was, after doing this, talking about Tunesberg, I now said Alvina. I now said written by Alvina Ode for Tunesberg. Okay. That way, you kind of, I need to leave a space between that and that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the line spacing, that will just bring it up a bit. Okay, so I still have some space. I can always shift this book here and just, and then I can make this. That's my choice. Okay. Again, everything here is all about your choice, what you want, what you prefer, what you're comfortable with, especially when you're starting out. Sometimes people don't want people to know that they're doing something. I totally get that. That was also me. But if you're ready for it, you're ready for it. And I think you should go for it, okay? So I can't believe we're still here. Oh my God. So let's move. So now we're going to, popping our contact details. This is very important. Again, like I said, you want people to find you. You want people to connect with you. So just go ahead and popping those contact details. Your website can be last. Your Instagram, Facebook, and all that. So you can see that I'm getting icons here, and depending on the color of the that I'm going for. Again, I'm trying to keep this book as simple as possible. Of course, I can do more. I just don't want it to look a bit too much or feel overwhelming for people who are designing their book cover book for the first time. Okay. So now always make sure you use the ruler just to make sure that what you're working on has like enough spaces between them. You can see that they are both having a space of 0.167, which means that they are all equal, so it's fine. Next thing you want to do is to just pop in there, get your text box ready, and alright, get your text box ready, and here we go. Okay, so now we have our text box. We're just gonna make that a little, and now put, of course, Actonsburg, which is make it bold. I always want to make it bold. Then just go ahead and duplicate so that you're consistent with fonts and everything. Mail is hello at actonsburg.com. Okay, again, shift to make sure that everything is aligning. Okay, once you just see that tiny arrow come out, you know that it's aligning. The next thing you want to do is, of course, pop in your website right there. Make sure that everything is aligning. If you want to put in your phone number, well, feel free. If you have an office line or something, that's also okay. So, because of how vibrant and colorful, don't forget how the first page is, how vibrant and colorful it is. You want to match the energy, right? You want to make sure that the fonts are matching. So I'm going to make this color the color of the way we would club the book. So just to make sure that there's a uniformity to it, okay? And same with this font, okay? Again, adding uniformity. Yeah. So here we are. Now we're going to have to leave a lot of space here because they're going to put in our ISBN when we upload at the back of KDP. They're going to put in your barcode there. However, if you have like your own barcode maybe to your website like I do, you can also just pop it in and then just leave a little bit of space. But most times barcode require monthly payment, and again, this is a beginner friendly guide, so I'm just assuming that you would not need all that. Okay, so now don't forget this white space was just a placeholder to make sure that everything we're doing is within this box. Okay, so now we're going to just let it go. Okay, so now we've let it go. We see that nothing is really spoiling. Everything is fine. We are good. We even still have a lot of space to play with, but the more space we leave, the better. It just makes it feel like a breeze. And don't forget, this is a children's book. You don't want to make it too clogged. Okay, but if you're writing for a more mature audience, it's okay to make your font smaller and all that. All right, so now we're going to go to the next part, which will be creating the right layout so that when you do upload this, it comes out there exactly the way you want. Okay. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to I want to come here and just search because I don't want to search in my Canva content. I want to search in templates. Okay, because I believe Canva has this template already. So let me see if it's here. Let me see. Landscape. I believe I saw that Canva had it. I can't remember the name now. But maybe this landscape book design. I think I need to find the name, and that it was so easy to find the last time. So I just need to find that and pop it back for you guys. But yeah, I think I'll just give you the exact dimensions that I used for mine. I think I'm gonna put that up. I think that will make it easier. So make a copy of this. Okay, A4 landscape. So you can also just Google A4 landscape. I think that'll be better. So let me do that for you guys, just so that you don't feel overwhelmed. A4 landscape is 297 by 2108 210. So we're just gonna create a new design, and you choose custom size. Okay, and then you choose okay, and here we have 297 by 210. So you just say 297 by 210. Yeah, so I think this is better. This is way better. Yeah, so automatically it creates that landscape for you, making it easier. So we're going to go back to our design. We're going to go back to our design. Our octopus is right here. So now when you're uploading your book to Amazon, you usually would upload the front and the back together. You need to upload it together. So what you're just going to do is to download the image here. Again, this is a beginner's way of doing these things. I'm not saying that this can be done in a different way. It's a beginner's way of doing things, simple and clean. Okay, so just download it. Download your cover, then you download the back. Make sure you're downloading with the highest quality possible. That's why I'm taking this all the way to the end. And then the next thing would be to download page 2. Okay, you can download it together, but I don't like downloading it together because it will now create a folder and I'll have to go into the folder, and it's just a long thing. So I just download it individually. Okay, so I've downloaded the first one, the front cover and the back cover. I'm going back to my A4 landscape size, and I'm just going to upload my cover. Okay, here it is. Then this one is still downloading. Okay, so now I'm going to download the back as well. So one of the things that I always do, again, this is the reason why I would always tell you guys to do what I'm doing step by step, and you see the reason why. Okay, let's assume that I had a design on this cover that had like maybe a lot of edges cutting out. By the time I'm placing it on this thing, it would look messy, right? If I had like maybe, initially we were looking at some swirls. This is the reason why I know that you'll be excited to be creative, but be creative with caution, just so that what you're doing is not like hanging out. So just imagine I had this on the design, it would have been popping out, and it wouldn't have looked nice at all. So now we are here. I've put the first page and the back page. I'm going to just place them side by side this way. Okay, this one should be here, this one would be here, side by side. Now again, you're going to see the reason why I would always advocate for you to use a plain background. You're going to see why just a bit. So make sure that they're both the same size. You see, we are back to that whole formatting again. Again, you can make this a little bit enlarged, just a little bit, because this it's yeah. Okay, so now this is our book, right? This is our book. Make sure that they are both the same size. Please do not forget to do this. Now I'm going to go back to remember the element that we used, which was this is the background that we used, right? So I'm going to use this image and set this image as the entire background. Can you see? You can also decide to can you see? You can't even tell anymore where the lines were, where this was. You can see. So this is our book. This is the back of our book. And if you miss this step and you just do it anyhow, KDP will throw your book away and they will say it's not formatted correctly. So don't be too excited about your design that you just do anything and you just think they're going to take it. No, there are standards, right, that they obviously play by. So here we have our book now. If we were to upload this book on Amazon, we have enough space here for our barcode. More than enough space. Let's check. Okay, so this is the size of a barcode usually, so we have more than enough space to take our barcode. Okay, so you see, more than enough space. So I'm just going to delete this. You have to leave the space, especially if you don't have your own barcode, if you have to depend on KDP. So now our book is ready, and all you just now have to do is to obviously download it and upload it, and just like that we have Clock to Post, the friendly clock. And I'm really going to flesh out this storybook and make it fun and interesting. So watch out for the next video where we are going to be talking about the inner part of the book. I think that's very important because there are also some rules you have to play by to make sure that the book comes out the way you want. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, oh my god, I'm doing this for you guys, because at the end of the day, I always used to wonder, why do people start YouTube channels? And then it dawned on me that people really want to help other people, and I've gotten to that place where I've done so many things, I've achieved so many things. I'm just at a place where I just want to help people. So subscribe so that more people who need this sort of encouragement to see that they don't need to have so much money stacked up or so many things stacked up before they finally start their own book publishing. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. In the next video, like I said, I'm going to be talking about the layouts. We're going to be working through it, and stick with me, guys. Thank you.